Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. So today we are doing a desert type of house here in the world in Strangerville in Pleasant View or something like that. I can't remember what it's actually called. I haven't really done a desert house in The Sims because I don't really play in the desert that much because it's not something that you typically find here in the UK. So it's not ever a world or anything that I enjoy playing in. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. So this house is kind of made to be set into the landscape. It's sunken down so that most of the actual living space is underneath the actual ground, so it's nice and sheltered from the sun. And I wanted to have these curved roofs on the side which also have a nice orange deserty colour to them as well, just to make it as much as sun protecting as possible. I wanted to have a nice gravel sloped driveway down to the house as well, and we put some cars out the front also later on, and we've got a nice green back garden. The house itself is only like a one bedroomed house. It's nice, light and airy, and I try and pick out the colours inspired by the roof. Tried to keep all the colours kind of orangey, earthy tones and stuff like that. So we've gone for, I think it's one of the fitness stuff pack sort of wavy sand textures, and the jungle adventure tiles, the orange tiles for the outsides and the insides as well. The outside tiles are a little bit more worn down than the ones inside because obviously it doesn't get any weather or anything or sun-baked, so I thought it'd be quite nice to have a difference in the tiles from the inside and the outside. In the garden, I thought I'd just do some landscaping first this time. So we're making a little cactus garden in the corner because obviously we're in the desert, and it was annoying me that I couldn't place any of the stuff in there to make it nice and luscious. And we have a pool in the back garden as well because obviously you need to cool off once the sun has finally set. And obviously, because they've got a massive green patch of grass, I do put a sprinkler outside as well to make it look as though they kind of just water that one patch of grass out the back, so they can actually have some nice greenery. And we've also got some nice red rocks and stuff behind a cactus thing, just to make it look as though it's a little bit less of a sheer cliff than it actually is. On the pool area, I thought it'd be quite nice to make a little pergola so you can sit outside still, even if it's quite hot and sunny outside. So using some of the, I think they're like sandstony type pillars, and using fences to make a little trellis and stuff like that. And in the same colours, we put a few plants and stuff over the top as well, just so it's nice and sheltered. And I always do a thing where we've got a load of plants, then they have to be growing down, so I always put the wall hanging, the ones you can put on the wall, up the pillars, and it always makes it look a little bit more blended in, and everything is growing nicely along the front. Carry the path around the front as well, just so the Sims can actually walk. The one that's on the gallery actually has a little step pathway down to the bottom because I realised that the Sims couldn't actually get down there, so there's an actual path and stuff. So the layout in the house itself, we have a nice big open entranceway at the front here, and we have the one and only bedroom at the top. We have a bathroom and a small living space off to that side, and then we have a big kitchen dining area at the back that takes in all the lovely windows and stuff we have at the back. So here's me trying to find some tiles that fitted with our orange ones that we've got going on outside. They play around with a few different things, but I thought the cleaner versions looked a bit nicer. And then we've got some orange wood from the vampire stuff going through the other bits. It would be quite nice to have a nice big chandelier in the double height entranceway, just to make it look a little bit a little bit fancy and extravagant. But inside we used the outside wallpaper in for like the supporting walls in the middle of the house and in the kitchen part as well. But then we just got plain white walls for the rest of the house, just keeping it nice and light and airy as well. So this is our little living space out here at the front. It's a nice dark, quite nice dark space, and used some of the more wooden furniture in here as well, picking out some darker tones and stuff, and making a little bit more handmade and sort of not crafty, but also kind of getting that way, sort of a little bit more as though it's sort of locally made objects, but not as extreme as the jungle adventure stuff. Obviously they got a few bits that are a little bit older, and I put a load of the pictures that we got from Stranger Vill of the desert and stuff about in this house, because I thought they'd be into they live in the desert, so they might as well have some nice big pictures and stuff up of it everywhere. It's quite a nice kind of plainer living room as well, so we've got too much stuff in there. I also put one of the little vents out the back, because obviously this house would be super air conditioned and lovely to be inside, because you wouldn't want to be in here with the sun beating down through the roof and stuff like that. And I made sure there were lots of the more tropical plants and cacti about the place as well, trying to bring in the outside as well, but also try and cover up some of the windows with plants and stuff. The entranceway is kind of just a nice big hallway. There's not that much going on in there, and we have a little place you can put shoes and coats and stuff on. So back here in the bathroom, we're going for the orange, the yellowy theme in here as well, but obviously having it a little bit more modern as well, bringing in some concrete and kind of a whites and yellows in here. I do put some curtains up at the window, because obviously if you're sat outside and someone wants to take a bath, you can see straight through the window. But I also put the lovely seasons picture in here of the mountains, and I think that fits in beautifully in that space as well. In the kitchen area, we thought it'd be quite nice to have the jungle adventure counters, because they've got the lovely white tops and the creams we're going for in this build. And we've got two kind of separate areas. This area is kind of like where the fridge and the washing machines and stuff are, and I think one of the microwaves. And then this area is kind of more for the kitchen, the making of the preparing of the food and stuff. We've got an older cooker in here as well, and it's got a nice island as well, because I thought there's not that much workspace surfaces, and we had a big space in the middle, so it's like to have a double sink. I go for a very orangey theme in here as well, especially when I start putting in the dining table and stuff. But it's a nice, spacious kitchen, especially as we've got the big windows and stuff out into the back garden area. And obviously there's plenty of space for multiple Sims to be making stuff at the same time, and you've got kind of a more of a place where your Sims would hang out instead of around the house, especially if your Sim likes a good dinner party or anything. There's a good space for them all to hang out in. I thought I put a plant there as well, just in a different coloured pot, just to get some greenery in. And this is where I start making everything orange, and turn the bar stools white as well, because the orange didn't have the creamy, the birch wood that we were using everywhere. So we've got some nice hanging orange lights down as well. This is probably a very coloured themed house than I normally do as well. And putting in some more orange plants as well. I just go overboard with the orange, but it kind of works, especially with those orange rocks that we have from the terrain tools as well. Obviously you got to put in your parenthood board. I kind of like make a little feature out of it. I really wanted to use this clock somewhere, so I was just like, I'll have to use that in the bedroom, and it turns out quite nice in there. Then our outside space, we've obviously got an outdoor bin and a post box that's right on the other side, because I was just like, I have no idea where to put the post box. I wish I'd just be able to have a door where we could have a post box in it. You just get mail on the floor, or a bit like the ones for city living, you can put it in the wall and stuff like that. So out here we have a nice comfy seating area, and then we've got one of the picnic tables for you to have some food and stuff. We've also got a nice little sun motif on the wall, so it kind of fit in the theme of it being extremely sunny and hot. We've got some lanterns about, and then I thought it'd be quite nice to put the toddler stuff lights hanging down from the walls as well, because I thought would be a very good place to utilize at night time, especially as that would be the coolest part of the day. We obviously put our sprinkler in, a few of the season stuff to make sure that we have all our decorations, and we've got the water balloons as well, because obviously you can chuck a few of those about. Then up here in the bedroom, I've kind of tried to flick through, see what colours we've got, go for this yellow and peachy colour, and then we've got wanted to have a desk up here because obviously we don't have a computer anywhere, so we've got like a nice laptop, and go for a little bit of the darker theme because of the wardrobe siding, so kind of a black desk, black and yellow kind of theme in here as well. So it makes it a little bit different to the downstairs, but it's obviously still in the same colour, and I can't believe that a lot of this stuff actually matched with the bed and stuff, so it's quite nice using some of the Stranger Vill rugs and stuff in here as well, a few plants about as well, and obviously using the clock in there just to make it a little feature and a little bit more of a private seating space, so you can come up here and chillax a bit. I did want to have an old style what they called jukebox in here as well. I wanted the bigger one, but it was a little bit too old school, and the one that we got from Stranger Things would have been like way too big. So we got a little notebook as well by the bed, and we go around putting a few blinds in and stuff. And then up here I thought it'd be quite nice to have a more private area to come and just sit and have a few drinks in the evening, do some meditation and stuff. And then I thought it'd be quite funny to put the cactus bath up here as well, and some other of the plants as well. So we've got a bit more nicer seating area. We've got a few broken pots and plants and stuff, maybe growing some stuff up here as well, so we can get some veg. You can always change some of the other ones out to be the ones where you can plant stuff in, and just make a little plant area. And then I was trying to find where the spa day drinks tray was. I was just like, I have no idea what it's called, so I had to go in and look for it and see. Thought it'd be quite nice to have some candles up here just to set the mood in the evening, especially as it give it a little bit more subtle light. You can see it's not terribly lit up at night, but there's just enough to light things, and then a few of the rock walls on the front, just so you can see the front of the house. And then we're going to put a truck and a car as well, just to make it look as though it is actually a driveway, even though the cars are like half floating at the top because they only stick to one part of the train. And here are the screenshots. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!